what is the difference between pitching to angels and pitching to VCs?
Generally, there's just a lot more variety with angel investors because it's just individual high net worth people
Yep.
um, who are making the decision themselves whether they want to invest or not. And so a lot of angel investors, especially early on for us, they invested because they had some connection to Parkinson's and they really cared about the problem. And they thought that we had a solution that can make a big impact on people. And so it was, their decisions were much more emotional and didn't have to be validated as much with, uh, the data on acquisitions and the data on, okay, here are 5 other companies that have the same business model that we have and they've been successful. They didn't need all of that information. They could make decisions much quicker and much more based on an emotional pull. Whereas VCs need a lot more of that data because they have to go report back to their LPs. Here's how this company fits into our thesis. Here's how we're going to make your money back in, call it a 10-year fund in the next 7 years. And, it falls within our risk tolerance and it falls within people have within their thesis, they have like sectors that they'll invest in. They also have, um, stages of companies that they'll invest in. There can be certain business models. For example, a lot of VCs need to see some sort of SaaS component to it, some sort of software. Some VCs will only do hardware. So there's all sorts of criteria that you have to meet to be able to
Niches.
fit into the thesis. There's also just a lot more data and a lot bigger picture. Like angels, when I talk to angels outside of what we just talked about, when I talk to angels, they say, okay, how can you get to your first million? And they really want to dive into that. They really want to dive into like, okay, what are you going to do in the next year? VCs want to know, okay, I think you can get to your first million in sales. I think you can get to your first 5 million sales. How are you going to get to 100 million in sales? Like they want to understand the bigger picture. They want to understand the moonshot, not how are you going to be successful in the next year.